What's SEAF?
The Seattle Erotic Arts Festival.
Oh, right. So, Kyle, what did
which
you
I
do
went
this
to.
week?
I went to the Seattle Erotic Arts Festival.
We have a list of what we want to talk about today. He just wrote SEAF. I was like, So, how was that?
It was actually really fun and kind of wholesome. And there was a live drawing session, and that alone would have been worth admission price because it's so fucking hard to find live model drawing sessions.
It's shockingly so, because it used to be really easy. I remember doing a bunch of that when I first moved to Seattle. It's just because figure drawing is excellent drawing practice, period.
Yeah. And so that was cool. But there was a lot of cool art displays, a lot of cool people doing really acrobatic and sexy things.
I love that you used the word wholesome, which is like, because you and I saw the ad for it at the same time, and you were like, I want to go to that. I was like, I would go if I had time. And it just kind of like, I kind of got the sense it's like, this is actually going to be a really like positive event.
Yeah. I think events involving people like expressing their sexuality is like there's people like expressing their sexuality and people and events that are more about
titillation is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Well, I mean that's what I'm getting at, but I'm trying to find a more a way to explain it that's a little bit different. But point is, this was very much a place of where people wanted to go and be themselves and enjoy things they enjoy in public that they normally can't enjoy in public, and that was cool. Are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, you got really weirdly quiet.
Neat. The gain is just right, which means it can't pick me up when I'm not talking, which is exactly as it should be. But let's see, like I'm kind of curious how in depth do you want to get about how the event was and what was there.
I'm trying to think of what to say at the moment. Let's see. So my favorite part was actually, I mentioned this, was a woman was on the Chicago stream, someone was doing a sear wheel routine, which is like this giant weighted hula hoop that's, bigger than a person is, and you just roll around on it and spin around with it. And like the gymnastic aspect of it was incredibly enthralling, and also it was a striptease, so that was kind of nice. But the routine was just like really cool to watch, and I did not know about that like particular circus performance apparatus. And that was cool. I'm actually like, it's kind of interesting to me how much of that sort of entertainment it actually kind of goes hand in hand with circus performance, which I've like being somewhat part of the folk punk scene. I have a lot more exposure to. And there's a lot of crossover that I kind of dig.
Yeah, I can totally see that connection because you have my lamp is bumping into my camera. Because you have the circus, and then you have cirque, and then you have burlesque, and then you have like overtly sexual whatever, and like that just seems like a through line to me.
Definitely. There's definitely some burlesque stuff, but like there was also just like art installations and paintings. There was a like literary anthology that was also published alongside this, which I didn't really get to check out. Probably wouldn't have been for me either way. There was some live readings going on during the figure drawing session, and I'm just not sure I'm into that particular type of writing. But still, it was cool. Yeah, I only went there for one night. It was all weekend, but they sold tickets by the day, and I really wanted to make it for one day, and yeah, that was.
I'm kind of bummed I missed it because that seems like such a cool thing.
I recommend it in the future. I was kind of uncomfortable about going, if I'm honest. There,
Yeah,
I
it seems like a challenge your comfort zone sort of thing.
mhm.
But I think
I'm-
like my favorite part of this entire story is like way back what what you said, which is that it was wholesome.
Mhm.
It's like that made me happy to hear.
Yeah. I also totally blew it with a girl there who I think was into me, but all that means is I'm learning. I just think it's a fun story.
The
What
paralyzing
else?
thing
Yep.
when you're trying to talk to someone, especially someone that you might like, is what do I say?
Mhm.
And the main thing I've learned in my travels and adventures is that's the wrong question. What you want, you're not making a move. You are pressing start, and it's like you need. The initialized conversation takes very few words, and really saying anything in that part is like not what you want to do, because ultimately the goal is to figure out two things: does this person want to talk, and what do they want to talk about? And so like number one, just being comfortable to talk to is like, and just kind of like, hey, what's up, is kind of like a way to check. And if you say, hey, what's up, and they say, oh, hi, then okay, we know one thing: they are interested in talking right now. It's like, okay. It's like, oh, they're not interested in talking. Answered question. Of course, if you're pretty good at body language, you can see that everyone doesn't want to be talked to in most cases.
Yep.
In most cases. But
that is
I'm
that is in fact my interpretation at all times. Is that
Yes.
no one ever wants to talk ever.
Yeah, mostly when we're just about town on the street in a place. Like, most people are minding their own business. They've got shit to do. So that's not inaccurate.
But yeah, I am very glad I went. It was a cool thing. I recommend it to anyone who's in Seattle this time next year.
I will probably go next year. I would like to see this thing.